Football League.
Ladies and gentlemen, the drum is beating here in Arrowhead Stadium. It's Sunday night here in Kansas City, and you know what that means. It is time for some football. Patrick Mahomes is gonna run them out to start this off. Smoke's flying, fire's flying. The red here is ready to get this started, and so are we. I'm your host, AJ. Welcome back. It's been a bit of a break, but here we are with the Houston Texans, 8-4, led by DeMeco Ryans, taking on the Andy Reid-led Kansas City Chiefs, who are currently 7-5 this season. The AFC playoff race is very tight this season. Both these teams are still very much in contention, and this game could very well be seen in the postseason. So let's get it underway. And Townsend will do the honors for us as we are underway in Arrowhead. Return's going to be taken out to about the 30, and then the man, the myth, the legend himself is going to come out, Patrick Mahomes. Taking a look at his career stats, they are just phenomenal, ladies and gentlemen. He is definitely one of the greats. And let's see how he starts this game. Going to start off with a handoff there. Going to get solid yardage there. It's going to be about 8 yards for Kareem Hunt there. Taking a look at his stats from last week, pretty solid, about 3 yards a carry, but he is meant to be a backup, so numbers that aren't super impressive are expected. 2nd and 2 now, Mahomes under center, going to look to hand it off again, and that time it is going to be Elijah Mitchell, who's going to get about a yard as we take a look at the Red Sea here in Chiefs Stadium. 3rd and 1 now, Mahomes under center, one man in the backfield. Looks like DeMeco Ryans is going to try to push up the blitz. It's going to be a pitch to Elijah Mitchell, who is going to get barely enough, but it is going to be enough. And that is going to be a first down for the Chiefs. Mahomes now under center, 2 men in the backfield.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Going to motion the tight end to the left side, not Kelsey there. Going around, going to choose to hand it off again. And that time it is going to be Edwards-Helaire after the 3-yard gain. 2nd and 8 now, Mahomes under center again, 2 men in the backfield. All rushes so far, so Mahomes is going to choose to throw it off that time, and that is going to be the fullback, Parrish, and that's going to be a gain of 3 yards. Mahomes now back lined up to his left, 3rd and 5, going to look to pass now, firing, and almost intercepted there. That was Lassiter almost getting his hands fully on it. I think he was just as surprised as we were in the booth, ladies and gentlemen, because that fully bounced off his hands. I don't think he was expecting that to go right to him. Fair catch is going to be called on the punt, and it is going to bounce out to about the 16. And that is where C.J. Stroud is going to get started. Taking a look at his stats from the season so far, relatively solid, almost 3,000 yards, 16 and 9 touchdown interception ratio. All pretty solid stats. Starting 1st and 10 now, under center, 1 man in the backfield. Going to hand it off to Joe Mixon, who is going to get solid yardage there, 10 yards, but just barely not enough for a first down. Taking a look at his stats from last week, averaged about 3.5 yards a carry. Stroud now under center, Mixon in the backfield again, going to choose to hand it off to Mixon again, and he's going to get enough that time for the first down. Taking that out to the 28 of the Texans. 1st and 10 again now. Stroud under center, 2 men in the backfield. Going to motion the fullback out to the left side and also motion Schultz to the left side as well. Going to choose to hand it off, and that is going to be Nick Chubb, stuffed immediately there. Loss of 4. That was Davis on the tackle. Stroud now back lined up to his left. Going to choose to hand it off to Mixon again, and he's going to lose yardage yet again. That was a menu on that tackle there. And that is going to bring up 3rd and 17. And the siren is ringing here in Arrowhead. Stroud motioning it back out of the backfield. Going to dump it off. And that is going to be caught, but it's going to be for a loss of yardage again. That is Nick Bolton on the tackle. Just dumped it off to Pierce and absolutely got ran over there by Bolton. Townsend now to punt it away. Going to punt it from about his own 4-yard line. It's in the air. Going to be taken from about the 35-yard line of the Chiefs. And the return is going to be pretty solid, bringing it out to midfield exactly. Taking a look at the MVP race so far, Mahomes is definitely in the running for it, but he is actually 3rd to both Drake May in his sophomore season and Jalen Hurts, who has been having a very good year with the Eagles. Gonna hand it off now once again. That one for no gain. 2nd and 10 now. Mahomes back lined up to his right. Looking to pass. Fires over the middle. And that is Juju Smith-Schuster on the catch. Caught for about 6 yards. 3rd down now. Mahomes dropping back, firing. And that was caught by Xavier Worthy. Absolutely incredible catch there. I thought he didn't get his hands on it. While being tackled, he was able to keep possession of that, and that is making the fans here in Arrowhead very happy. 1st and 10 now from the Texans 32. Mahomes going to choose to hand it off here. And that is going to be tackled for a loss. That was Kareem Hunt losing about 3 yards there. That was Taylor on the tackle as well. Very unfortunate offensive play. They're going to bring up a 2nd and 13 after the loss. Mahomes now back lined up to his left, looking to pass, firing over the middle, and it is going to fly over the head. It was intended for Smith-Schuster again, and it looks like there's a little bit of movement on the offensive line there. And that is going to be a false start that's going to back the Chiefs up even further. 3rd and 18 now. Mahomes looking to pass, firing deep down left side. And Xavier Worthy is trying to just get every single incredible pass he can tonight. Absolutely mossing the defensive back there, starting 1st and goal now. Mahomes now tried to go for it and was tackled before he could get out of the pocket by Will Anderson Jr. Loss of about 3 on the play. That's going to be 2nd and goal from the 7 now. Mahomes now under center, man in the backfield. There's going to be a flag. It looks like it's offside, so that's a free play. And he is going to get about 5 yards there. So that is going to bring it about... I think they're actually going to decline it here. No, the Chiefs have chosen to accept it. They could have gotten 1 yard closer, but they would have also been down a down. And that is why you take it there, because now that's a false start on the offensive line, and now you are back to exactly where you were. All right, after all that, 2nd and goal yet again. Mahomes back lined up to his right here. Going to motion a man into the backfield. Going to fake the handoff to one, hand it off to another, and that is Kareem Hunt getting all the way down to the 1 yard line. Mahomes now, 3rd and goal. Quick pass to the right side, and it is going to be incomplete. Broken up by Bullock there. That is not what you want to see. 4th down from just the goal line right here. Mahomes needs like genuine inches. Going to hand it off, and he is going to be stopped. D'Amico Ryans, the defensive mastermind, manages to put together a hold on the 4 yard line. And an Andy Reid and Mahomes are absolutely in disbelief. Elijah Mitchell was not able to get enough there. CJ Stroud now going to start his second drive of the game from the 1 yard line. Under center now. Mixon in the backfield, going to choose to hand it off, and he is going to get about a yard there. Actually, not even a yard. So far, the Chiefs have had a lot more yards than the Texans, but it is still not accounted for anything. And a false start here from the Texans offense is not going to help the situation. 2nd and 11 now from basically the half-yard line. Stroud, 2 men in the backfield, going to hand it off to Mixon. He's going to get about 4 yards there, bringing it out to the 5-yard line. 3rd and 7 now from the 5. Stroud's going to hand it off again to Mixon, and he is going to get almost enough there. Going to be stopped, though, for 4th and 1.
A gain of 6 yards.
And Townsend is going to have to punt it yet again, this time from inside his own end zone instead of from the 4 like last time. It's going to be taken from about the Chiefs' 40, and he is going to be stopped at about the 47-yard line. Taking a look at Mahomes' stats for the season, he is 4th in touchdown passes, although technically you could call it 2nd due to the 3-way tie between Drake May, Bo Nix, and Jalen Hurts for 1st place. Handoff there by Mahomes is going to be stopped for a loss of 2. That was Neiman on that one. And that is going to bring up 2nd and 12. Mahomes now under center, 2 men in the backfield. Going to choose to hand it off to the fullback there. And that is going to be a solid gain of about 5 yards. Pitter on the tackle there, tackling Parrish. And that is going to bring up 3rd and 5 now. Mahomes back lined up to his right. Looking to pass here. Got time, firing over the middle. It's going to be caught, and that is Xavier Worthy going down the middle. He's going to go in for a touchdown, but it looks like there is a flag on the play. Worthy seems very happy with himself, but I don't think this is getting called back. Looks like Morris might have committed a bit of a false start there. No, it was holding. That is very unfortunate. It's going to bring up 3rd and 15 for Mahomes and the Chiefs. That is not what you want to see. And that is going to bring us to the end of the 1st quarter. Still double zeros on the scoreboard right now. Nothing insane happening yet, but let's see what happens as we get further into this game. 3rd and 15 now. Mahomes back lined up to his left. Looking to pass, got time, firing. That is going to be caught by Xavier Worthy for about 12 yards there. Xavier Worthy is having a phenomenal night so far. Already 63 yards on the night, 21 yards per catch. He has had multiple phenomenal catches, but it hasn't amounted to any score on the board. Mahomes now under center for 1st and 10, 1 man in the backfield. Looking to pass again, firing right side, and that was dropped. There, Stanley Jr. there was unable to get the interception. Mahomes now looking to pass again. That's fired to Rashee Rice on the left side, and that is going to be enough for a 1st down.
A gain of 12 yards. That's good for a Kansas City.
1st and 10. Mahomes is going to choose to hand it off there, and he's going to lose 2 yards. Not sorry, lose 2 yards, gain 2 yards. 2nd and 8 now. Mahomes back lined up to his left. Going to choose to hand it off again. And that is going to be a gain of about 3 yards. Petrie with yet another tackle for the Texans. I think that's a 5 on the night now. Mahomes now back lined up to his right, looking to pass again. That is Rashee Rice again. Way down the middle, almost into 1st and goal range, but it is going to be marked just outside of it. Yet another long pass. Mahomes showing why he's in MVP contention so far tonight as we are into the red zone yet again. Last time they were unable to convert on 4th down. Let's see what Mahomes can do this time. Back lined up to his right here, 1st and 10, looking to pass. And Xavier Worthy was just not ready for that coming his way. He just stopped his route slightly early there, and Mahomes was unable to anticipate it. Mahomes now on 2nd and 10, motioning it back out to the left. And a fire over the middle, and that is going to be caught. Jalen Royals getting the touchdown there. Absolutely hyping up the home crowd and the Chiefs offense. The absolute reach there that he was able to get. Almost didn't catch that, but was able to grab it with basically his fingertips there. Harrison Butker going for the point after here is going to be good. And with that, we finally have a score on the board at the start of the 2nd quarter. Andy Reid very happy about that, and now D'Amico Ryans is going to have to find out how he wants to respond. Kickoff's going to be caught from about the 4-yard line, going to be taken out to about the 26. And now Stroud is going to get yet another try here. 1st and 10. Stroud under center, 2 men in the backfield. Going to motion one out to the right side, and going to motion Schultz also to the right side there. Going to choose to hand it off to Mixon here, who is going to be able to get about a yard, but that is going to be about it. Chris Jones on the tackle there for the Chiefs defense. 2nd and 9 now. Stroud back lined up to his right. Looking to pass, firing right side. It's going to be caught, and that is going to be enough for a 1st down, as Jaden Higgins gets a bit of a speed boost through there and gets down to the 38-yard line. Stroud now under center, going to hand it off again to Mixon, and he is going to get solid yardage there as well, about 7 yards there. 2nd and 3, Stroud under center, Mixon in the backfield yet again. Going to choose to hand off again, and he's going to be able to escape what almost looked like a loss of yardage there. Absolutely phenomenal play. Tackled by number 13 on the Chiefs defense there. Stroud now under center, 2 men in the backfield for 1st and 10 from their own 49. Going to motion a man to the left side and also send Schultz over that way as well. And that is going to be a hand off to Nick Chubb, who is going to lose 3 yards there. All of Chubb's runs tonight have been losses, while Mixon has been doing far better. But he can only stay in so long. He is one of the more veteran players on this offense. Throw over the middle, unfortunately batted by one of the Chiefs' defensive linemen and falling dead. 3rd and 13 now. Stroud back lined up to his left, motioning Tank Dell over to the right side, firing deep down the right side, and that is going to be intercepted. A bit of an arm punt there, but Grant Delpit gets a nice stat there. Acquired from the Browns earlier this season, showing why the Chiefs front office wanted him on this team. Absolute Hail Mary there by C.J. Stroud, but throwing into double coverage, there were very few good things that could have come from that. Phenomenal jump and catch, though, by Delpit there. Taking a look at Xavier Worthy on the season so far. Pretty solid stats, already 715 yards, and the very surprising 9 touchdowns there. 1st and 10 now. Mahomes going to choose to hand it off. That is going to be for about 4 yards. That was Kareem Hunt. 2nd and 6 now. Mahomes, 1 man behind him in the backfield. Looking, got time, firing left side, and that is the veteran man himself, Mr. Swift. It's Travis Kelce. Mahomes now under center, 1 man in the backfield. Gonna motion Rashee Rice to the left side. Going to hand it off again. That is going to be Kareem Hunt again, who is going to get about 4 yards.
A 7-yard pickup.
Mahomes now under center, one man in the backfield. Looking, and he is going to be tackled. Will Anderson Jr. just was able to break the block that was given to him and get the sack there. 3rd and 9 now. Mahomes backlined up to his right. Looking to pass here. Firing over the middle. It's going to be caught. That is, I believe, the running back for number 33 on the reception there. Going to be enough for the first down. Just saw him over the middle, and just number 90 on the defensive line was not ready for it. That's Edwards-Helaine on the catch there. Managed to break multiple tackles as well. Shedded that block from Lassiter there. 1st and 10 now. Mahomes under center, one man in the backfield. Going to choose to hand it off here, and that is going to be tackled for only a yard. That was Elijah Mitchell on the rush.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
1st and 10 now. Mahomes under center, two men in the backfield. Looking to pass, firing left side. It's going to be caught by Rashee Rice, breaks a tackle, and is able to get enough for a first down. Number 4 on the Texans is having a lot of trouble with his tackling tonight. Multiple broken tackles on him. Mahomes here going to choose to hand it off. That is going to be Kareem Hunt yet again. And that's going to be his 10th rush of the night, and he is at 31 yards on the night. Not a phenomenal yards per carry, but it is getting the job done. Mahomes now looking to pass on 2nd and 6. Left side caught, and that is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. 7-0 so far. Chiefs making a bit of a drive and already in the lead. Let's see if they can extend it. Mahomes now backlined up to his left. Going to motion Kelsey to the right side. He's going to double back. Looking to pass here. Mahomes firing over the middle. And that is Derek Stanley Jr., the man himself, getting that interception there. And with that interception followed up by interception here, Mahomes wasn't hit, but he just threw it slightly behind Worthy, and Stanley was able to lurk that and just get that interception. CJ Stroud now with less than 2 minutes going to try to put some points on the board here. 1st and 10 now. Stroud with the back lined up to his left. Going to motion Mixon to the right side, looking to pass. Stroud over the middle, and that is going to be caught. That was Jaden Higgins with enough for a very solid first down. 17 yards there. And he is very happy with himself after that.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Houston.
As we tick past a minute 30 here, CJ Stroud's going to look to pass again. Firing over the middle, going to be caught by Nico Collins, but there is holding on the offensive line. It's Jarrett Peterson there. Very unfortunate time to have a penalty like that, especially when there's this little time on the clock. Stroud looking to pass again, and that's going to be caught by Nico Collins yet again. That one for a gain of about 8. 2nd and 12 now. Backline up to Stroud's left. Taking a bit of time to snap it here, despite the clock still ticking down. Ladies and gentlemen, I think there might be a slight glitch with the broadcast. Just a little bit of a technical difficulty here. We apologize for this. Sometimes the software can get a little annoying, and that is going to be causing a delay of game for CJ Stroud. Apologies about that one, ladies and gentlemen. That's just something that I unfortunately cannot control, as I am only sitting up here in the booth. Stroud now backlined up to his left. Going to motion Mixon out to the left side here. Going to snap this time. Stroud throwing over the middle, and that is still going to be enough for a first down. Tank Dell on that one. You know, maybe it was all intentional. D'Amico Ryans is known to be a strategic mastermind, so who knows. CJ Stroud going to throw right side, and that is going to be caught by Schultz for a gain of about 6 yards. Stroud now, 2nd and 4, back lined up to his right, looking to pass, firing, and almost intercepted by Leo Chenal there, but fortunately drops dead. 3rd and 4 now. Stroud back lined up to his left. Looking to pass, firing. There's going to be Nico Collins over the middle, and he's going to get down to about the 22, and D'Amico Ryans is going to call yet another timeout. Stroud now back lined up to his right, looking to pass. He's going to fire left side, and it's actually going to be caught by Schultz as he was hit. Phenomenal catch there. Was able to get a few yards on something that would have just been a throwaway. 2nd and 6 now. Stroud. Pockets collapsing. Got to do something with it. And he's going to choose to just throw it away. 3rd and 6 now. 14 seconds on the clock. No timeouts for the Texans. Stroud looking to pass. Firing. Left side. And that is going to be caught by Nico Collins. And he's going to step out of bounds at the 2-yard line. 10 seconds left now. Stroud passing, and Nico Collins is going to finish the drive off. Yet another catch for him on the drive, and that is going to put the Texans on the board to end this half most likely. Nice little catch there, was able to break a tackle, get 2 steps down, and that was enough for the refs. Fairbairn here on the extra point here. Kick is up, it is down the middle, and we are tied at 7, ladies and gentlemen. 7-7 and 7 seconds left on the clock for the half. So I'm assuming Patrick Mahomes is going to get enough time for one final play here. Ball's going to bounce out the back of the end zone, and Mahomes is actually going to choose to just go in victory formation here. And even when it comes to victory formation, the offensive line manages to get a false start. It changes very little because Stroud is still just going to choose, or Mahomes is going to choose to take a knee here. And that is going to bring us to halftime, ladies and gentlemen. Sunday night here, tied at 7. Certainly an interesting game so far, and I am very excited to see what the second half has in store. Taking a look at some of the moments from the game so far, we had that run. We had the pass intercepted by Stinley Jr. there just a few minutes ago. And taking a look at some of the stats, Mahomes is definitely having a better game than Stroud, but the scoreboard shows that this game is not out of neither team's grasp. Butker's going to kick off for the Chiefs here. Return's going to be taken from about the 5-yard line and is going to be brought out to about the 32. And that is where Stroud is going to get started with his first drive of the half here. Total yards is still in the Chiefs' favor, but as I said, ladies and gentlemen, with that turnover on downs earlier in the game, it is still a tied game. 2nd and 5 now. Stroud alone in the backfield. Going to choose to hand it off to Mixon, who's going left side, getting a lot of separation down the side.
A gain of 15 yards. And the Texans first down.
Stroud now under center, 2 men in the backfield. Going to motion 1 to the left side. And that is going to be Mixon losing yards for the first time tonight. 2nd and 13 now. Stroud back lined up to his right. Going to look to pass over the middle. It's going to be caught by Tank Dell there for a gain of about 3 yards. 3rd and 10 now. Stroud back lined up to his right. Stroud passing over the middle. And that is Jaden Higgins with enough for a Texans first down.
And the Texans first down.
It's just a nice quick catch over the middle, and that was exactly what the Texans needed. First and 10 now. Stroud under center, 2 men in the backfield. When you choose to hand it off, Chris Jones able to get the stop there after the loss of 2. Second and 12 now. Stroud back lined up to his right. Going to motion a few men over. Going to look to pass here over the middle, and that one was ripped out of his hands. Jalen Dole was unable to catch it. Delpit. Stroud now back lined up to his right, looking to pass again, firing right side. That's Joe Mixon down the sideline, all the way down to the 2.
It's a gain of 37. That's another Texan.
And it looks like there's a slight injury, unfortunately, for one of the offensive linemen. We're going to hope he's okay. First and goal now, hand off to Chubb, is going to go nowhere as Chenal gets the tackle there. After the quick loss of 1 there, Chenal able to absolutely run him over there. Second and goal here, Stroud gonna pitch it. That is the wide out. Number 3, Tank Dell with the touchdown. Not often you see a wide out pitch go for a touchdown, but Tank Dell was ready for it.
Kaimi Fairbairn lining up for the extra point.
Fairbairn now on the point after. Kick is up. It is good. And the Texans have taken the lead for the first time tonight. D'Amico Ryan's very happy with that, and now Andy Reid is left scrambling to get ahead. Return caught from the 5, going to be brought out to about the 28.
Take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Taking a look at Mahomes on the season so far, already broken 3,000 yards and 25 touchdowns. That's why he's in the MVP running, ladies and gentlemen. Also about 75% completion. Kareem Hunt on the rush there for more than 10 yards, and that is enough for the first down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Mahomes now under center, man in the backfield. Going to hand it off, and that is going to be Kareem Hunt yet again for a gain of about 3 yards there. Mahomes now going to fake the handoff and scramble, going down the left sideline. He's got room to run there. The Mahomes Classic, 29 yards on the QB sneak there. Mahomes now looking to pass, and that is going to be caught left side. That was Irv Smith there. After the 9-yard gain, second and 1, Mahomes going to choose to hand it off here. And Elijah Mitchell has room down the middle, and that is going to be enough to bring him into the red zone. First and 10 now from the 10. Not enough for first and goal, but enough to get them into the red zone. Mahomes back lined up to his left. Gonna look to pass, firing, and it's gonna be caught, but by the Texans. Stingley Jr. with his second interception of the night. And this Texans defense has once again stopped any red zone luck from coming to the Chiefs. And once again, the lead is not diminished. Taking a look at Joe Mixon's stats on the night. 45 yards on 10 rushes, 4.5 yards a carry. Definitely solid stats, especially when he's sharing the reps with Nick Chubb. Stroud now passing left side, and that's going to be caught by Nico Collins for about 13 yards there. Enough for a first down. Stroud under center now, dropping back to pass, firing left side. That's Tank Dell, and he's going to get enough for yet another first down. Clock ticks down because he was unable to get out there. Stroud now going to hand it off to Mixon down the center, and that is going to be a solid rush for about 5 yards. Stroud now under center on 2nd and 5, man in the backfield. Going to fake the handoff there, looking to pass, caught left side, and that is going to be Schultz for almost enough for a first, but it's going to bring up 3rd and inches. Stroud now looking to pass, got time in the pocket, firing, and it is going to be broken up all that time. And he was going to throw it off to Noel, but Trent McDuffie breaks that one up. Ryan's choosing to go for it here on 4th and inches. Stroud back lined up to his left, got time, firing, and it is going to be caught by Nico Collins. He got what he needed there, and that is going to bring up 1st and 10 yet again. Stroud back lined up to his right, got time, looking, firing, deep down the sideline, and it is incomplete. Stroud now looking to pass again, deep down the middle again, and almost intercepted that time. Wallace trying to catch it there, but broken up. Stroud looking to pass again, 3rd time's the charm, unless it isn't, because he is hit there, and that is going to be a 3 downs and no yards to show for it. Karlaftis on the pressure there. Fairbairn here on the kick. 56 yards to go. Can he do it? He can. And with that, the lead is now 2 scores. 17-7. With 2 minutes left in the 3rd quarter here, Andy Reid needs to come up with something now. Return's going to be taken out to about the 24, and that is where Mahomes is going to shake over. Taking a look at the average penalties for the Chiefs, they've been playing relatively clean this season, 36 yards of penalties per game on average, only 25 today, and hopefully they stay low. Mahomes now under center, going to choose to hand it off. That's Kareem Hunt yet again, and that is going to be enough for a first down. Solid run from him there as we are bringing up 1st and 10 yet again. Mahomes now back lined up to his right, going to choose to hand it off, and he's going to be stopped for no gain there.
He was brought down by Jimmy Ward.
38 seconds left in the quarter. Mahomes back lined up to his right, looking to pass. And that is going to be caught over the middle by Juju Smith-Schuster for a gain of about 8 yards. 3rd and 2 now. Mahomes got to make something happen here. Back lined up to his left. And it is not going to be snapped before we get to the end of the quarter. 3 quarters down, one last one left. 17-7 is the score. And let's see if Mahomes can pull off the comeback. Taking a look at a few of the interceptions by Stingley earlier in the game, his help has been essential for this Texans defense. And let's see if he can get yet another stop here. Mahomes now back lined up to his right for 3rd and 2. Sorry, his left. Passing is going to be caught, and that is Xavier Worthy with yet another first down on the day. Bollock on the tackle along with Stingley, but it wasn't in time. Mahomes now back lined up to his right for 1st and 10 here. Looking to pass, firing over the middle, and is going to be caught there by Juju Smith-Schuster there. Taking a look at the amount of turnovers the Texans have had this season, 2 on the day, and they are 2nd in the league for it, which can certainly be seen in the performance tonight. Mahomes looking to pass here. Thrown over the middle for Juju Smith-Schuster again, but he was unable to get his hands on it. Mahomes now back lined up to his left. 3rd and 6. Mahomes got to make something happen here, going out to the right side, and he is not going to get enough for the first down. Mahomes now forced to go for this. 4th and 2, back lined up to his right. Motioning Rice into the backfield. What do you got here? Absolutely nothing, as Ward absolutely bottled it up. A bit of chicanery there, and then Ward saw through all of it, was able to actually beat Kelsey on a block, which not many men in the league can do. And now the Texans are going to take over again. Taking a look at the red zone efficiency for the Texans, it has not been incredibly high this season, only 42%. But tonight, they have not missed 100% red zone efficiency. And let's see if they continue that on this drive. 1st and 10, Stroud's going to hand it off, and that is going to be Joe Mixon getting another loss tonight, one of his first ones. Rice very happy about the tackle there. 2nd and 13 now. Stroud back lined up to his right. Going to hand off again to Mixon, and he's going to immediately make up for that loss there. 3rd and 6 now. Stroud back lined up to his right. Got to make something happen here if he wants to keep possession. Changes the formation a little bit. Looking to pass again, firing left side, and it is unable to be caught.
Intended for Jaden Higgins. Incomplete. Tommy Townsend.
And now Townsend is going to have to punt it away. Still plenty of time in the game for the Chiefs to come back. But as of now,
the Chiefs take over
nothing.
10 at their own 10-yard line.
Mahomes now for the start of the drive. Back lined up to his left. Going to look to hand off, and it is going to be stopped for a loss of 2. Will Anderson getting yet another tackle tonight. I believe that's one of his many TFLs tonight. 2nd and 12 now. Mahomes back lined up to his right. Going to motion Kelsey out a little. Going to pass to Kelsey, and he is going to get solid yardage there, about 7. Bringing up 3rd and 5 now. You're in 4th down territory here. So if you're the Chiefs, you kind of have to go for this even if you don't get it. Mahomes got time in the pocket, though. Got time to make a pass, and it is going to be deflected. Pitter on yet another phenomenal play for the night. And the Chiefs are actually going to choose to punt this one away. Plenty of time left on the clock, but I'm not sure if I agree with this play when you're down 2 scores. Return going to be taken out to about the 46. And CJ Stroud is going to get yet another chance to put some points on the board. Stroud now, one man lined up behind him. Looking to pass here. Stroud got time. Going to pass to Mixon over the middle, and he's going to catch it for a gain of about 4 yards. It's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 at their 49-yard line.
Stroud now trying to hand it off, and he is unable to do so. Losing about 2 yards there. 3rd and 7 now. Changing up the full formation. Stroud now with the back lined up to his right. Going to pass, and that is Nico Collins wide open on the left side. And that is enough for the first down that the Texans so desperately needed. He was given so much area there. You cannot allow that to Nico Collins. He may be young, but he is absolutely lethal on this offense. Stroud now under center. 2 men in the backfield for 1st and 10 here. Looking to pass. Going to fire out to the left side. Nico Collins with yet another gain there of about 7. Stroud now back lined up in the backfield. Mixon now going to get a nice run there. No, sorry, that's Nick Chubb. He managed to come in now, and that was a very solid gain of 10 yards. I believe his best of the night. He was taken out earlier this game after getting multiple TFLs and getting no gain, but he kind of redeemed himself there. Stroud's going to hand off to Joe Mixon there, and he is going to get a gain of about 3 yards.
It's a pickup of 3.
Looks like one of the members of the Texans' offensive line is injured yet again, so we're going to take a quick break. 2nd and 7 now. Stroud back lined up to his left. Looking to pass. Right side, and is going to be knocked down. That is Trent McDuffie there. Higgins was unable to keep his hands on it. Stroud now going to motion Nick Chubb out to the sideline, now alone in the backfield for 3rd and 7. Pass over the middle and absolutely slammed down. That looked like a super smash move there. Intended for Higgins, but unable to get the pass to. Fairbairn going to pin an easy field goal here, and the gain has once again grown. 13-point gain now, not insurmountable given the time on the clock, but Andy Reid is going to have to pull off a masterclass here if he wants to do it. 5 minutes left in the game. The return is going to be taken out to about the 24, and now Mahomes is going to take over again. Stroud now back lined up to his right, or Mahomes back lined up to his right for 1st and 10 now. Start of maybe one of the biggest drives of the game. Looking to pass, got time, firing over the middle, and that is going to be caught by Rashee Rice straight down the middle. 25-yard pass there. Mahomes threw it like it was nothing. And into midfield now. Mahomes back lined up to his left. Looking to pass, firing. Left side, that's Rice again for another 1st down. That one about 12 yards. Looking to pass here, Mahomes. Left side again. Trying for Rice again, but unable to make the catch.
Incomplete.
Mahomes now back lined up to his left. Motioning the back to his right now, along with multiple men on the line. Mahomes got time to throw. Going to throw to Rice again. Not going to get enough for the 1st down, but almost 3rd and 2 now. You've got 4 downs here for a reason, so you might as well go for it even if you don't get this here. Going to pass left side, and that is Kareem Hunt, who's going to be taken down for a loss. 4th and 5 now. Mahomes got to get this one. If he doesn't, the game is essentially over. But that's a false start on the offensive line. That is not what you want to see right now. 4th and 10 now. Mahomes going to be hard-pressed to get this one. Got time. Firing over the middle. Caught by Xavier Worthy. Or sorry, that's number 11, Miles there.
That's another Kansas City.
Just outside the red zone now. Mahomes looking. Got time. Gonna fire. That's Kelsey. Almost enough for a 1st down there, but into the red zone now.
10 more yards.
3:10 left on the clock. 2nd and inches. Mahomes going to try to get this himself. unable to get it himself. Loss of 1 now. Third and 2 now. Mahomes back lined up to his right. Going to keep Kelsey on the right side. Pass, right side again. Mahomes getting just enough. He is going to be ruled in. And Travis Kelsey, the man himself, is going to get the second touchdown of the game for the Chiefs. And Andy Reid is not going out peacefully. This game is not yet over. Harrison Butker for the point after. It is up. It is good. And the lead is now 6. 2:56 left on the clock. If I am Andy Reid, I am going for the point, for the offside here. But he is going to choose to kick it away and pray that his defense can stop C.J. Stroud. Taking a look at C.J. Stroud's stats on the night. 22 for 34, 207 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. Certainly not horrible stats, but very middle of the road. 1st and 10 now. Stroud under center. 2 men in the backfield. Going to motion the tight end to the left side. Going to hand it off here to Mixon, who is going to gain nothing there. Andy Reid going to use his first timeout of the game.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the 35-yard
2nd and 10 now. Stroud under center, man in the backfield. Going to fake the handoff. Stroud has to pass left side and just get rid of it. Looks like one of the offensive linemen for the Texans are injured yet again. That is Patterson this time. Hope he is okay. 3rd and 10 now. DeMeco Ryans needs to get this if he wants to maintain control of the game. Stroud back lined up to his right. Gonna motion Mixon to the left side. Stroud got time in the pocket, firing. Down the middle, caught by the tight end. And that is Stoyer for a first down there. Into Chiefs territory now. And now Andy Reid needs to get a stop here or it is all over. Stroud, 3 men in the backfield here under center. Gonna hand it off to Joe Mixon, who's gonna get about 3 yards there. And then Reid is going to call his final timeout of the game. Not going for the onside kick might have been what sealed the fate of the Chiefs here. Stroud now back lined up to his left, looking to pass, firing left side. And that is going to be just enough. Oh, that's actually going to be marked just short. Taking a look at the Texans' offense tonight, 350 total yards. They ranked 8th least in the league, but he is still doing very well tonight. Taking us to the 2-minute warning now. 3rd and inches is what we're going to come back to. If C.J. Stroud gets this, the game is over. There's no doubt about that. Going to hand it off to Mixon, who is going to lose substantial yardage there. That is Jalen Watson getting the loss there. A bit of moving around was not the play. As now, the Texans are going to have to go for a field goal. This is needed if you want to guarantee a win here. Kick is up, and it is good. And ladies and gentlemen, that might be the game here in Arrowhead. 9-point lead with 1:12 on the clock. The Chiefs would need a miracle if they wanted to get this. Return now is going to be stopped at about the 22. Mahomes is going to come out, probably give it his best shot, but I'm not sure how much he can do in this situation. Mahomes here, back lined up to his left. 1st and 10, 1:09 on the clock. Gonna pass. And that is the game. Azeez Al-Shaair getting the third interception of the night for this Texans defense. And Mahomes' MVP run is looking a little bit tainted now. Intended for Kelsey, Al-Shaair was just able to get his hands on it. And with that, Stroud can come out and kneel this game away. The Texans did come into this the favorites, but that definitely hurts if you are a Chiefs fan. And with that, Sunday night is over. 23-14 win for the visiting Texans. And Mahomes and Andy Reid are unhappy with that performance. Walking out to take the quick handshake. And with that, the night is over here in Arrowhead. With EA Sports, I'm AJ. Thank you so much for watching. I truly hope you enjoyed. And it is a win for the visiting Texans. As I say, good night.